Hello friends, this is problem 15 from the chapter Work Energy Power from the book Pathfinder for Physics Olympiad and JEE Advanced. From the section Build Your Understanding, and this is a very good question to understand the concept of Newton laws, spring force and the energy of a spring. In this question, we have a block which is connected to the spring at one end and the other end of a spring, that is the free end, is being pulled by someone, and the person is pulling the spring until the block is on the verge of sliding. That is, the moment the block is about to slide, the person stops further pulling of spring. That is the question, right? So there is a block of mass 1 kilogram placed on a floor is connected at one end of the long spring of stiffness K. Coefficient of kinetic friction has been given. The free end of the spring is pulled gradually, slowly. That means it is being pulled very slowly away from the block until the block begins to slide. That means the moment when the block is about to slide, there is no further pulling of spring. That is the key point in this question. Now, if the block stops after sliding a certain distance in one stroke, and the reason of one stroke is that actually this block will make certain oscillations before it finally stops. So in those number of oscillations, we are talking about the first stroke, that is the distance s, which is 0.6 centimeter, and then we have to find coefficient of the kinetic friction force. Well, so this is the figure for us. Actually, figure was not given in this question. This figure I have drawn for you. So here is a block of mass m which is connected to the spring having a stiffness constant k, and the natural length of spring is denoted by L, and this boy or person is pulling the spring to the right hand side. So capital L is representing the natural, or you can say the undeformed length of spring. That is, at this point there is no deformation in the spring, but there is a question. It is saying that the spring is it is pulled gradually away from the block until the block begins to slide. So that is my step number one. So this is my step number one. That means initially the spring was undeformed. It was undeformed, but as per the question, the spring is pulled away. So I assume that xi is the initial deformation in the spring. You can call it initial deformation in the spring. And as per the question, this initial deformation is sufficient enough to make the block slide. That is the key point. I repeat, that is the key point of this question, that the spring is pulled gradually away from the block until the block begins to slide. So at the end of a pulling of a spring, when the block is about to slide, you can say it is the end of pull on the string, on the spring. So xi, if xi is called as the stretch, or you can call it deformation in the spring, then this deformation can be calculated by this information that the block is now about to slide. It is on the verge of slipping. And if this block is on the verge of slipping, it is very essential, it is very obvious that this spring force, which is according to the Hooke's law, should be in magnitude k multiplied by the deformation, which is xi, and it should be more than the maximum friction. Since the block is about to slide, there will be maximum friction acting on this block, and that maximum friction you can write mu s multiplied by that normal reaction force. And it is very easy to prove that normal reaction force in this case will be equal to m into g, that is the force of gravity. So at the time the block is about to slide, you can write down k into xi, which is the magnitude of spring force according to Hooke's law, and that magnitude of spring force should be equal to the limiting value of friction force, which is mu s times normal reaction, which in this question is equal to mg, and therefore initial deformation of spring can be obtained as mu of static, that is coefficient of static friction, multiplied by mg and divided by k. Now after that, the question says that if the block stops after sliding a certain distance in one stroke, then we have to find mu s. So after this block moves forward by a distance of s, and then the block stops. That means from the initial position of block, this line was initial place of the block. The block was initially placed at this point, and from there the block moves forward by a distance of capital S, and then it stops. So from geometrical calculation, you can show that the length of spring is now L plus initial deformation minus capital S, and then you can say that xi minus capital X, xi minus capital X is the new deformation in this spring, is now the new deformation in our spring, and now the block has stopped. So if we think of this question, if we think about this question in form of energies, then at the initial moment, energy of spring at this point will be equals to 1 upon 2 constant of spring, then initial deformation xi square, and then now the energy of spring will be equal to half times k, and now the deformation is only xi minus capital S square, that is the energy. So you can say that the spring has lost some energy, right? So loss in spring energy, we can write down the loss of spring energy equal to half times k. Initial energy is xi square and minus the energy when the block stops is 1 by 2 times k, and then we have xi minus capital S square. That is the loss of energy in the loss of energy of spring. But since energy cannot be destroyed in a complete way, the any loss of spring energy must be converted in some other form, and this loss of energy by the spring is converted as a heat energy due to work done by the friction force during the sliding part of the block. Notice the block is sliding by a distance of a capital S. So during the sliding of block, there will be a kinetic friction force acting on this block, and the block will move against that kinetic friction force. There will be rubbing between the block and surface. So some heat will be generated due to the work done by the friction force, and that heat will be basically compensated from the loss in the spring energy. So that you can say that this loss of spring energy should be equal to this value, should be equal to the work or the energy which is dissipated, or the heat which is dissipated against friction. That is the heat dissipated by the friction force, and the heat dissipated by the friction force will be equal to the mechanical work of the friction force, that is equals to mu k. Notice that now we will use coefficient of kinetic friction because the block is now sliding. So mu k multiplied by mg is the friction force during the sliding of block, and this multiplied by the displacement capital S. So this is the magnitude of the heat which is dissipated by the friction force in the form of heat, and the loss of energy is denoted by half k into initial deformation square minus half k, and then remaining deformation in the spring after the block has moved by a distance of capital S. So using this transformation of energy, there is a transformation of spring energy into the heat energy in this question, and now you can simply write down as half k xi square minus 1 by 2 times k into xi minus capital S square, and should be equals to mu k times mg multiplied by capital S. If I simplify it, then I get half k times 2xi minus capital S into capital S equal to mu k multiplied by mg into S. Here I have used the relation a square minus b square can be written as a minus b. The relation which I have used here is a square minus b square equals to a minus b multiplied by a plus b. So I have used this identity to solve this question. Okay, so now, and I can replace this xi as, you can replace the value of xi as mu s mg divided by k. So the value of xi can be replaced here. Well, so xi can be replaced as mu s mg divided by k. I can cancel this s with s because I know that s is a non-zero number. So non-zero number on the left side and the non-zero number on the right hand side can be cancelled, because we are sure about that capital S is not equal to 0. And then after one or two more steps, if you solve it, then you get coefficient of static friction equals to coefficient of kinetic friction, which is mu k, plus spring constant into that distance capital S divided by twice of m into g. Now put the numerical values and you will get the answer. You have to just substitute the values of masses and k and all that mu k. So putting all the numbers in the final answer, you will get the desired result of this question. So this was question 15 from the Pathfinder book, Build Your Understanding, chapter Work Energy Power. We will be back with some more questions from the same book and from some other chapters. Take care. Thank you and bye-bye.